test of this microphone, test of this mic, test for the nose whistle. Take a deep breath and cough. I think the nose whistle is okay, guys. Hi, guys. Hey, hi, guys. It's Matt. I don't say, hey, guys, it's Matt. I'm gone. I feel like I just came off 6 months of straight ayahuasca or something, reading Frank's letters, how he creates all of reality. Frank, I am. This is not directed at you. I consider you a friend. I know at some point a letter you will deal with the fact that you believe in solipsism, that you create everything, yet you do probably believe that I'm an independent mind, right? So you don't really address that in the letter. This is not directed at you in any way, Frank. Keep pouring your concrete. Somebody sent me a video that's just, I'm not going to link to it, right? It's just hardcore solipsism. It is the strict and literal definition of solipsism, which I think is lazy, I think is arrogant, and I think it's actually dumbed down. It seems like the biggest, highest approach of it. Frank, this isn't directed at you. Okay, somebody sent me this video. It's a channel that doesn't have many subscribers. I appreciate what the person trying to do, but strict and literal people are like, what the hell is solipsism? You're gonna explain? Okay, it's the a literal sense that you are the only consciousness in what we would call the universe. Nothing else exists. Matt doesn't exist. The person that cuts your meats at the deli doesn't exist. Your girlfriend doesn't exist. Nothing. It's all created from you because you need it. You are God trying to having this experience. There's nothing. The strict and literal definition of solipsism is nothing but you. No other consciousness. It's lazy, arrogant, dumbed down. What's that from The Help? You important. You this and you special. It has problems. Okay, it has problems. Strict solipsism. Person listening, you listening to the words coming out of my mouth. You're the only one. We're all created. Matt doesn't. There's no independent consciousness here. Now, Frank, I've read Frank. Frank, this is not directed at you. It's directed to this video that was sent. Your stuff was way more out there. It goes into many different places, open to different things. This door remains open. That door remains open. This video was just the age-old, dumbed-down solipsism. I'm like, well, people are commenting, why is he making a video if he's the only one? Who's the... Oh, hi, Czar. People want to see you. If Czar is the only one left here, Fifi Addie's gone. Czar is... she was creeped out the first day, but just completely back to normal. They didn't interact. They did not spend time together. She was downstairs. Zara stays upstairs. Downstairs, the basement where my television is. Sorry, man. We don't care about cats. Get back to what you were talking about. What people are commenting? Why you making the video? Why are you making video if it's only you? Who are you talking to? Why, if it's strict and literal solipsism, if it's strict and literal solipsism, why are you trying to convince anybody of anything? It's just you. It doesn't. Who trusts you? It doesn't make any. It doesn't. I'm in a kind of an odd mood, as you can see. A test for the nose whistle. Nose whistle, good. We can continue. I'm in an odd mood. Put it that way. I just was reading. If you read more than 8 pages of Frank's stuff, that's why it takes me a month to go through it. It'll just start blowing your mind, and oh God, always has to take the cord with it. Does it still work? Oh, never just jump. Anyway, so the to me it's more appropriate to say this environment, this reality, to me is more of you've heard me talk about many times over the years, a modified solipsism. I guess I'll never be able to convince you. My consciousness it seems independent to me. It is real. It's not generated by a grok or an AI and I know you listening to this, you're going, well, I feel I'm real too. And we are both real. To me, this reality is a modified solipsism, which means if they say there's 7 billion people on the earth, is that 7 billion independent consciousnesses? Consciousnesses? Is that a word? Probably not. This is where the concept of the NPC, entities here that are not the same as you, who knows? I don't go into 144,000. I don't speculate on how many there could be. maybe billions, maybe just a few hundred real people. I don't know. I mean, there's 90-some thousand people. Well, the number of subscribers here is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what that number says. It's a number of people that continuously comment. Maybe that's how many real people that are here. I mean, that's awfully arrogant to say as well. Obviously, I don't think that every real consciousness in the world that's not generated or artificial in some way is found this channel. I don't mean to go there. People get on me about certain things that is said, and you just speak to a little green. It's an emerald green light. It hasn't turned magenta yet on my iMac. You speak into a little green light. See if everything comes out as well as you anticipated it would come out. It hasn't turned magenta yet, but the emerald green. It'll turn magenta at some point. It's lazy, strict, and literal and orthodox solipsism. I know orthodox isn't the right word, but I'm going to apply orthodox solipsism is lazy, arrogant, and it's dumbed down. It seems like a really complicated, high-level concept for the smartest people, but it's dumbed down. I'm the only one. Hello, I'm the only one. I'm creating all of the realities. Everybody, my mailman, hey mailman, you son of a beach. You're not real. I created you. Remember the old conspiracy videos from 10 to 15 years ago? The post office has the most authority. The American flag with the gold tassels and everything. Remember the old conspiracy videos? The mail service has the most authority. They're even above the CIA. Remember those old videos? So don't say anything to your mailman. He'd say, we can make a mailman's arrest. You going into the White Room, Norristown State. You just say you created me? Well, you create your padded white room. Don't say that to your mailman. But that's the hardcore solipsism. I create everything. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'm God. It's dumbed down. Even what I come up, modified solipsism is dumbed down, but it's not quite as dumbed down. So if Frank says a lot, some things similarly here, and Frank, I'm not saying your stuff is high level. Matt, stop apologizing to Frank. He knows. Frank said we created this game, whatever. Okay, I'll read some of Frank's stuff some other time. But if God wanted to hide its true self from itself and experience things in a way that it couldn't experience, coming from the all-knowing and the all-knowledge, and Frank calls it the void, and it's not very exciting. And then the solipsism people, that doesn't make that's an oxymoron or a non sequitur. I don't really know what those words mean, but the solipsism people, there can't be people. If solipsism, right, is only one consciousness, that they create everything in their reality. Well, then why they say, of course, I am just a god, or in this reality, I'm very limited, I'm very dumbed down. We have the governor on, but I am, of course, I'm the only consciousness that exists in solipsism. I am God. I mean, of course, it's a lot. That's the logical conclusion if you're a believer in strict and literal solipsism. So, but if that's the case, and they all would say that, well, this God that you are is all powerful, all knowing, had to create an experience for itself. Well, why couldn't it split itself? I mean, this is still dumbed down, but it makes a little bit more sense. Why could it split itself into 100 unique parts that don't know the other is part of the same whole or part of the same one? Why couldn't it split itself into? Why does there have to be an NPC? Why couldn't it split itself? It's God, right? Why couldn't it split itself into 7 billion different parts, all having unique experiences, but all related to the whole? I mean, this isn't that dissimilar to what we talk about. Even like Tony's views on higher self, it's just everything's a fractal. According to Tony, higher self. Stop moving your hands. What does this do for them? How does this help the presentation? I don't like too much handsy in a presentation. Although I have the tendency sometimes to start doing it, and sometimes I don't do it. So Frank would say but not what Frank says. What Tony says, it is similar to my belief that everything is just a one step up fractal, one step up, and how many thousands of layers are there? So Tony says the higher self, or the spiritual part of you that's not here, creates hundreds or thousands of simultaneous incarnations, little parts of itself experiencing material realities in different time periods, but all those time periods taking place at the same exact time from the perspective of one layer up or from the higher self. It only seems different because of our we are in this space and time here, and it seems like the Civil War was a long time ago when, to the perspective of anybody outside of here, it's all happening on top of each other, whatever. It's irrelevant. Most people here would agree that there's no such thing as time. It doesn't exist. It's just a figment of perception. So it's a fractal. Tony says the higher self, that's one. Hey, higher self, how you doing today? You son of a beach. How you doing today? You feeling good? You feel my pain? We were in the hospital a couple weeks ago. You feel that? Remember I said, I opened up, I said, everything passes to the higher self. So we can get out of here at some point. All my pleasures, I don't have many, but my pleasures don't go there. My pain, I pass it directly to you. The not can't filter it anymore. Why? Because I said so. I did this a while back. I said, higher self, you wanna play this game? You put me in this little reality here, then you're gonna get it all directly. I'm sitting in the damn. Well, as soon as they started giving me the blood thinners, the damn cramps started. The cramps were like, it was literally that bad. Like sitting up in a chair all night, and I had lied to myself. I had lied. We had a whole separate video sometime about how we lie to ourselves. Think, this is just some slight carbon monoxide. Just lying to myself that there wasn't something extremely serious wrong. People comments about electrolyte imbalance. It's just electrolyte imbalance, and I'm literally sitting in a chair at 2 a.m. going, literally, and it's lying to myself, saying, "Oh, once I get the electrolytes back, this will be fine." No, just if we weren't. Why was I lying to myself, saying there's something seriously wrong here? I should have. Anyway. And I thought, I'm such an advanced truth researcher. I stopped lying to myself 5 years ago. No, boy, did I have work to do. But maybe I was completely open with myself here, accepting of death. But in terms of physical health, I'd never been in the hospital. I've never had anything serious. I'll be fine. Completely lying to myself. And at one point a few weeks ago, I realized how much I was lying to myself. And we all, in certain areas, you're open in this area, but you're lying to yourself in this area. I thought, boy, do I have work to do here. Part 2, the work. And I vowed, no matter what it is, no matter what I have to face, to never lie to myself again. And that's a big, bold statement. That's hard to do. Because that's part of part 2, the work. You get right through the end of this reality, just going into the moment of death, going, have I gotten over everything I've lied to myself about? That's huge, part 2. The work. If you did just that, it would be a successful life, in my opinion. But anyway, so Tony, it's all fractal. Higher self, simultaneous incarnations, hundreds here. We have the dream characters, so that's the next layer down. And then one thing that Tony said that I always liked is, I don't know how, he didn't say it exactly this way, and this is just an expression of an amalgamation of so many emails that am I doing this? How does this help the presentation? Who trusts you? He expressed it in so many words that I'm not getting exactly right. They say all these people are worried about, even the solipsism presentations are worried about the ultimate God. Like, that's higher self, next layer up, dream character, one layer down. There may be hundreds or thousands or millions of more layers between you and the ultimate source of all creation, of God. Or why are you trying to jump right to the end? When you play a board game, you open up your Monopoly or your Game of Life or your Jumanji and shit. In Jumanji, it won't let you pick that. You got to roll. It moves itself. You try to pick that mother effer up. It doesn't move. It's stuck. You can't just put your piece right in the middle of what's that game called? Trivial Pursuit. Ultimate Truth Drop. Trivial Pursuit, all the useless knowledge that's expressed as high-level knowledge because the questions are very hard. And, so everyone wants sports, every dumbed-down person wants sports and leisure. You don't want geography, you don't want history, you don't want literature, whatever. Sports and leisure, we got the orange fucking pie. Oh, we're going to nail this one. It's like, in 1942, Mickey Mantle, what? Who the hell would know that? It's a truth drop. If you know all this stuff about, we've talked about this years and years ago, all these expressions in this reality is what's considered knowledge. and oh, this guy's really good at Trivial Pursuit. And maybe it's really dumbed down now, but if you have the old game from 10 to 15, 20 years ago, the old game, the questions were extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. It took hours and hours. The smartest people couldn't get through it very quickly. I'm sure they've now, just like everything else, dumbed it down, as they all do. They've dumbed it down, I'm sure. But to know that sort of stuff about any of those categories is a trivial pursuit. That's the truth, Drop. It's all a waste of time here. So anyway, you don't just slam your pie or whatever that damn thing is on the last thing and declare you've won, right? You have to play. So 15 minutes in, guys, I'm going to pause to make sure this is still recording. So what I was saying was, in so many words, Tony was saying, worry about yourself at this level and the next level up, maybe what it needs from you're an expression of it. Why are you worried about the final end, the 1,000 layers up, the ultimate fractal? Like when I was saying, you can't just jump right to the end of the game. You got to play. You got to play each level. Why is everybody so again, the same things I get on people on. And again, I guess, well, Matt, are you going to apologize to the Christians again? Yeah, I don't want this to come out the wrong way, but people that say, I'm here to know God, and you know what I'm going to say. I've said it so many times. You probably knew God, Jesus, really, really well. This is the place to not know God, of course. There's no what trace of God is here? This is fend for yourselves. This is the Wild West, man. Maybe we helped create, or it created. Your God created the Not Milk and its minions and its creeps and its Alec Baldwins and its Santa Claus Schwabs and its Christine Lagardes and this is hands off. You're here to know God. This is the farthest thing in the world from God. Are you kidding me? You might have known God wonderfully before you were born. I just don't get that. I'm here to know. You may still have what your God in your heart or whatever, but don't say you're here to know God or God ain't here. Go to the St. Jude or whatever. There's little babies with diseases and stuff. Okay, don't get me on that. Okay, that doesn't mean they all go to heaven, whatever. But I don't understand. This is the last place in the world to get closer. In terms of that fractal, those steps down, step down, step. What's that commercial? A step aside. Is that step? That's not Where's the Beef. A step aside. That might be. Remember that from the 70s and 80s? Was that Wendy's? A step. Oh yeah, it was about fast food. You have to. What's wrong with stepping aside and just waiting 1 minute for a burger? You pay. I don't need to get my burger any sooner than a minute. I don't mind stepping aside at the counter. I don't know what the point of that commercial was. So I don't. I was saying this is not the place to know God. It's the farthest thing from it. That's the reason we're here, to be confused. Land of the lost. The truth drop. They didn't go through some cave and into dinosaur land. We came out of our mother's womb into this land. This is what the hell? This is the land of the lost. It's a truth drop. That shows a gigantic truth drop. I don't think were the writers in Manly P. Hall's Secret Society. I don't think so. Sometimes it just comes out. The greatest land of the lost. Remember that there was a Sleestak that came from the past. And his people he was brilliant. I forget his name, Stephen or something. His people had devolved into this. Remember, they just chased Marshall, Will, and Holly real slow. But it was scary as shit when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. The Sleestak from the past was this very rational, highly intelligent being. And says, our people, we are the same lineage, but here's what the Sleestak have become. Not Chaka, the lizard people. And that's another truth drop that Sleestak was saying, this is what you humans are becoming. Absolutely. We should go watch every single episode. If I put more than 5 seconds of that episode on this channel, though, it would be my next strike. So we can't do that. How old? That's right. The original Steamboat Mickey is in public domain. Disney must really be freaking out about that. I hope people have taken what's in the public domain, the original Steamboat Mickey. I'm so disgusted by the Disney Corporation. I hope they've used Bill, that's okay. I hope they've used the AI to make every single possible perversion out of Steamboat Mickey. that can be loaded to this platform or maybe reserved for other platforms. Go at it and turn Steamboat Mickey into every possible perversion that your warped and demented minds can think up, because that's what that company deserves, having destroyed all of our media and our movies and our Star Wars. And I watched every time I come across it, guys, The Parent Trap. I have to watch it. I'm just 30 seconds or less, guys. It is you may not. It is exactly what a movie should be. It doesn't try to be more than itself. Every scene is fun. If you're I just find that I didn't know for 20 years it was one girl, Lindsay Lohan. I thought they were real twins. It's just fun. It's just what a movie should be. And I look at it when I flip by it. I look at it, and Shawshank is the number one where if you flip by it, you have to watch it. But that movie, to me, I just have to watch wherever I don't know. I go, this is you might not love it, and it's not an Oscar winner, but you're like, this is what a movie should be. Fun. Anyway, sorry, guys. I mean, I'm sorry, forget why I mentioned The Parent Trap. I don't know. But I guess because of my disgust with Disney. And so getting back to what we're talking about, guys, strict and literal solipsism is lazy, arrogant, and dumbed down. It's very simple. The solipsism person says, nothing is here but what I create. There's no real consciousness but me. I create everything. Matt, we could have a nice, burger together. We could sit down and have a burger, but you're not real. I created you, Matt. You're not real. Sorry, dude. It's too simple. That's it. It's like George from Seinfeld telling the joke. Thanks for coming. I create everything. That's it. The video that was sent to me was like, I don't know, it was 45 minutes long. It could have been 45 seconds long. It's literally that simple. And I'm God, and I wanted to hide who I truly am from myself. I create everything. There's no other real consciousness. It could be 4 seconds. It's dumbed down. Even my modified solipsism is dumbed down, but it opens a lot of possibilities in fun discussion that I have to work out with Frank. Frank, you're not addressing this in your letters. I'm sorry. You just, every time you feel like you need to address this, well, you go pour more concrete. That ain't good enough, Frank. Pour more concrete when you need to address if it's modified solipsism. You listening to this are a real consciousness, a real expression of ultimate source, how many ever fractals up, whatever, doesn't matter. We're here now. We're here to do what we need to do here. Don't be too concerned about the next layer or 2 or 3 or God. It's not that's not your concern. Your concern is yourself. What about yourself? That's your concern. So Frank's real, no doubt about it. I'm real. I can't prove it to you, but trust me, I have my own consciousness here. I don't think I'm plugged into any AI or some sort of lawnmower man, and you're real. But there might be 20 other people. There might be 80,000 other people. Might be 1 billion and the other 6 billion or whatever. To me, it's modified. But the big question with a modified solipsism is, well, Frank would say, well, okay, fine, I'll give you that's a possibility. I create everything. Matt, you create everything. But here we go again. It's the same. We get stuck very quickly in the same old places. Well, then, but in your world, it's the same example. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. In my world, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. If I'm creating everything and as an expression of ultimate source and God, and you're creating everything, why do we have so many shared elements? Well, it's not even worth. We'll never know. Okay, we'll never. You can still believe in modified solipsism that there's only a limited number of real beings here, even if you take it up to 1 billion, and that for some, we're just not going to know here. We're too governed down, a governor on the brain. We're dumbed down here. 99% of our abilities, or much more, have been taken away. We're here to experience the low, not to avoid it. That's the funniest thing of all time to me. Achieve enlightenment. I hate I hate the word. It's such a ridiculous ruse and trick. Like Tybalt said in Romeo and Juliet. The only Romeo and Juliet I know is Leonardo DiCaprio. I didn't even know there was a play. I didn't even know there was a play. And for years, I watched that movie. Tybalt said, peace. I hate the word, as I hate hell and all Montagues and thee. And they got John Leguizamo with some weird Spanish accent to play Tybalt, which actually he does a pretty good job. He's actually he's intimidating in that little sawed-off runt. And he's intimidating in, what's the Al Pacino movie? Carlito. Mira, Carlito, man. What's that same actor that's in Boogie Nights? Carlito, man. Mira, Carlito. He's intimidating, that sawed-off little runt, Leguizamo. Is intimidating in that too. He's a scary little gangster. But I was saying I hate the word, as I hate hell. Peace. I hate the word. So sorry. Enlightenment. I hate the word, as I hate hell, all Montagues, Larry Silverfish, and so enlightenment is a ruse of this. It's a joke. We are not going to be enlightened in this. We came here to be low. We came here to be governed down and reduced and restricted, or whatever the synonyms would list out for me. Here to be enlightened, to rise up, and we're not going to know through the moment of death. Hopefully it brings knowledge and a new level of perception, the way waking up from a dream brings a new level of perception. We're not going to know anything here other than the basis of we were allowed, like we're doing now, the half page, a basic sense, a basic organization of what this reality is and what it's likely for, who I am. I'm bigger than this place. I'm an element or a timeless being or part of a timeless being. When I'm presenting the half page, what am I doing this? How does this help the presentation? When I'm presenting the half page, it's not a know-it-all. I mean, he's a know-it-all. No, Matt's got all of reality in a half page, that know-it-all son of a beach. No, the half page is very vague. It's not know-it-all. It's very general. It's saying this is what I believe the reality is. Here's what it's for. There's tricks here. Everything's a trick. The tricks try to keep us distracted so we don't do what we're supposed to do for whatever reason we came into this reality. I mean, it's not a know-it-all. I don't think it's arrogant at all, because it's very vague. I think it keeps us focusing on the right things. The part two, the work. There's millions and millions of elements of the trick all around to distract us from what we were, and the human, the libido and the genitals, and that's the natural part of the trick. You think you can, well, I'm not going to get into those types of specifics, but there's tricks that come from the natural world, the tricks that come from the body, the tricks that come from the not. It's, to truly do what you're supposed to do with this reality is extremely difficult. And going back again to what Tony says, and the higher self, if it has 100 different incarnations across 100 different time periods, and it has 99 F-ups, 99 screw-ups, and one truther that's having the conversations that we're having, it's learning from them all, Matt. You ain't special, Matt. Tony would say, you ain't shit. It's your higher self is learning from them all. Learning equally? I mean, I just don't buy it. I'm sorry. Is that why, if the higher self put 100 expressions of itself into reality systems, and again, the stockbrokers, the trade in the blips, and is that really why that it was done? Is that so important? So that higher self can learn when to buy and sell Boston chicken, or Boston Market was the first one that I bought that lost 98% or 99%. It was probably around 96. Look, if you want to look it up, I don't know if it still exists. It was bought back as a private company. There was a stock, Boston Market, Boston Chicken, in 96 or 97 or 98, and it went down, I think it went down 98%. That was the first experience I had in the stock market. Well, actually, that was the second. The first one was, I was very young, just 22 or 23. I bought like $800 of this stock, and it went up to like $975, and I made a quick $175 when I was hooked. Now, of course, it's just like any casino, like a bet 1, 2, 3, or these bet MGM. They want you to win the first time. They set it up so you almost always win. You put down $5, they give you 300, and then you're hooked. That's exactly what happened to me in the stock market. I failed every single time because I didn't resonate with it. I failed for 30 some years until I just said, that's it. 12, 15 years ago, I'm done. I'm out. I don't care if I'm going to miss trends or whatever. I'm done with them. I'm not putting my energies into that. Money carries energy back and forth. If you have 3 kids to put through college, whatever, you should have investments probably. I'm not saying you shouldn't. That taints your soul or something. You can't doom yourself by doing that. But you maybe can doom yourself cumulatively. But according to Tony and others, the no consequences people, you can never, no matter what choice you make, can never doom yourself here. But it's just personal decision. I get out. But what a coincidence. Just like BetMGM, just like FanDuel, they really rig it so you win the first time. So you're addicted. Now you're hooked. And the first little experience in the stock market, I'll tell you what the stock was. I remembered it. It was Symantec. I thought this. I was 24 years old. Oh, this Norton antivirus or whatever. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do at work in this insurance company. I don't know what we do, but everybody's got this thing. So I thought that makes sense. Let's buy the stock. It was like I bought it was a lot of money back. I bought $800, and it went to like $9. The stock went to like $9.50 or $9.75, and I said, "Oh my God, $175 profit! Sell out! Sell now! Get back in there, Wilson, and sell! Winthrop, no, Mortimer, your brother's really ill. Fuck him! Get Wilson back in there and sell!" It's trading places. It hooked me. Then after that, because I was transferred several times, transferred to LA, more money, more responsibility, transferred to San Francisco. I said, this excess money, I'm told what to do with it because I watch these TV shows. I'm told to put it in the market. That's what I feel like I'm supposed to do as a young executive. Down 90%. Well, the mutual funds, they can't just take the whole mutual fund down because Matt's in it. That went up like, 8%, but the individual stocks I bought, 3 out of 4 went down severely, probably because I got involved. The company would say, "Oh, this is a good company with a good." I'll get back to what I was talking about. It's a good company in Silicon Valley, whatever, with a new this guy. There's a real being. Matt McKinley bought in. Oh God, we're screwed. Pack up shop. We're sell to put. That's when all the executives dump all their shares. There's a real being bought in. That means the Notnoke's going to collapse it just to screw over the real being. I don't think that happened, guys. It seemed like it, but no. Frank would say, if you create everything, that's what happened. Frank would say, deep down, Matt, did you expect to win big? Deep down, I expected to lose. No doubt. There you go. Deep down, I expected to lose because I never was compatible with its frequency, these markets, and it didn't feel right, and I was worried about the risk and the losing of the investment, and I did. And Frank would say, "You created that." I'm okay. But Frank, I need the letter, not 20 page, not 20 page. And why are you putting the word count on each paragraph? I don't get that. I need the letter that can you have to bridge it, Frank. Not Bridget like Bridget Bardot. Bridge it. You have to bring together the concepts of, okay, you're a real consciousness. You before you got involved with this channel, you might have been more of an orthodox solipsism pusher. That's like a drug pusher. And then but listening to this channel, I think you really believe that I'm a real and independent consciousness. So how does that work? Why are there so many shared elements if we're each creating our own? Now, this is beyond anything I think we're ever going to figure out in this lifetime. I'm just curious what Frank would say about it. It could be, and I do believe, once like when you wake up from a dream, the dream character, it just all makes sense. You don't think about it for more than 1 second. Well, how did that dream it just all makes sense. It's natural. So you could look back, you could die or look back on this reality or form back into your spiritual part of you that's not here, whatever your belief is, higher self. It just all makes sense. Frank was a real being. You listening to this is a real being. Eve is a real being. Matt's a real being. whatever. Aaron's a real being, and then Brenton's a real being. Whatever. Aaron's a real being. Okay, whatever. All these people I interact with, we're all real beings, I assure you. But it's never going to make sense here why our realities are so similar, and how we can sit on the same couch together, whatever it is. But we die, go into the next, and look back, it'll just all make sense. Just like the dream just makes sense. The looking back on this, oh, that's how it happened. Okay, it'll be within a second we'll understand it. I think. So why are we? It's fun to ponder, but there's no real reason to spend countless hours here pondering how it's possible that our realities can be very similar and conjoin, and reality bubbles can overlap when we're each creating our own. We don't have to know. So what? Worry about yourself. Time is like this anymore. It's just gone. It's just gone. I mean, Fifi Addie left, and I just said, and then it just went like that. 7 years. I said, and then she was gone. It was boom, like that. Just everything is like that anymore. And it's not just perception of getting older. And in other words, we're, from the perspective of anybody out of here like us, we're already dead. We're already dead, in and out of the closet. From the perspective of anything not here, we're already dead. I mean, to try to go through, I've talked to Rob about this, certain types of means or desperate measures to hold on to another month of life, or hardcore chemo or whatever, suffering just to have another month or two of life. Ridiculous. Absolutely. Heroic measures or heroic means. I don't know what I wanted to say there. You know what I mean? We're dead we're already dead anyway. I mean, just because I'm talking about how quick life goes. Am I allowed to talk about that? Boom. So a desperate measure to get another, with one exception. You have 3 kids at home, 4 kids, 2 are graduating. You want to see that. You want to be there for another few months. Makes perfect sense. Anything other than that, ridiculous. Absolutely. But you talk tough. Let's see when it happens to you. Okay. All right. Yeah. Can I get the chemo? How much chemo can you give me? No, I ain't doing. Rob and I talked. I was in the emergency room. We were like, we ain't going out like this. No way. Not going out like that. And the vet for Fifi Addie, Dr. Shannon, who knows my cats too well, she had an emergency, was out. So it was a backup vet. She was good though. She was a young person. She was good. And she they didn't try to fight me on that. I said, this cat has major issues. I know cats. It's 18, potentially 19. I don't want to, I don't have the money for it either. They'll do, let's do the blood work. Let's do all this. There may be a way to save her. And they could see right away. And this doctor was more like me, like putting an animal down when it's ready, when it's starting to suffer. And she said to me, this is one of the greatest. Some vets they want to do all the tests and you're super huge bill, and then you still just end up putting them down. And I wasn't going to deal with that for a lot of reasons, and I don't have the money for that. But this vet was like, this is a great gift. She said it to me. This is a gift that we can give our animals. Like she was almost like trying to make a political statement to me. This is a gift that we can legally give our animals. And she was saying that we can't do for ourselves when they're starting to suffer and the writing is on the wall. It's very peaceful. It's two injections into the cat, and this is a gift we can give our animals. And I was like, oh yeah, this is the vet for me. People got all upset because of what Violet did. There's a few hundred people that left this channel. Oh, Matt Pushes assisted this and that. They got all upset at me, and there's some people that I thought I knew. I mean, some real creatures came out of the woodwork during that time. I was talking about what Violet chose to do because of her brain and the suffering. Hadn't been able to keep a meal down for months, and these people got on me because I was a proponent of that. What type of creature would get on me or get on Violet for those types of? And there's still a little segment here. That's they're going to have to do it over again. That's cutting it short. That's taking the easy way out. Give me a break. What about, remember, we create everything. We're absolutely reality created. No. Why isn't it? If you believe it's a shortcut for you, then you just doomed yourself into that. You have to repeat it because you believe it's a shortcut. When that type of suffering comes, if those options are available, what happened to Fifi Addy? I'll take them. Maybe we could go up to Oregon. There's a few states. Absolutely. Why don't I have to do it again? Because I said so. That's why. Why is it not cheating and you have to stick it out? Because I said so. And I'm a gigantic component in reality creation here. And the whole reality wouldn't exist without people like me and people like you, people like me, people like you. It wouldn't exist. The creeps wouldn't have a job. We're their employers. Think of it that way. The creeps, the minions, the Alec Baldwins, the Santa Claus Schwabs. And I'm going to start picking on Christine Lagarde. I don't know if that villain is still around the financial markets, but I'm going to include, because it's been very sexist. I talk about Melvin and Bezos, men. I need to bring in more. Nancy Pelosi has always been part of the creep discussion, but I'm bringing in Christine Lagarde. Thou art a villain. I don't know if you're still hanging around financial markets. You're hanging outside the Quickie Mart or the Quickie Stop with Jay and Silent Bob. I have no idea what you're doing. If you're even still like walking this earth, hanging upside down with the stalactites in a cave, Christine Lagarde, I have no idea. If I ever go on Match and you ever show up on Match, that ain't gonna work. I said, well, she could be your grandmother anyway, Matt. I'm older than you. I'm pretty old. I might be able to. Oh, that's disgusting. Let's not go there. I'm in a weird mood. So, the strict pushers of the solipsism, strict and literal definition, the orthodox definition. I know that's not right, but I like assigning that term to it. I'm going to assign it. Sorry, or the orthodox solipsism. I'm a little obnoxious in this presentation. I think the old guard are going to let me get away with it because they know who I really am. They've seen me for 5, 10, 15 years. Anybody new is probably put off by this. It's really obnoxious. It's just my mood. I'm sorry. The old guard will give me a pass. I think they know my intentions are genuine. If I'm coming off like an asshole in this video, I'm sorry. But it's lazy, it's arrogant, and it's dumbed down. Solipsism. It's not good enough. I'm the only one. I'm God. I create everything. And what did Akeem? And fuck you too, Akeem. I have a date with Lisa. Isn't that wonderful? It's not good enough. Solipsism, people. At least you have to come together. Who am I then? Or why do I have? There's no possibility that I have my own consciousness and I'm at the same level that you are? Isn't it kind of arrogant to shut me out, to shut everyone else out? Why not just keep on the table that if God's so all powerful, it could have put itself into trillions of different pieces, or 100 trillion pieces to the trillionth power? I don't even understand how many zeros that would be. Why couldn't it do that? Why does it have to be just one? Isn't that a little dumbed down and a little arrogant? It's not good enough. Sorry. Oh, and the person that sent me the video, I should have sent this right off the bat. I said, Matt, this person is going to address what you've been dancing around. Oh, God. I've been dancing. I've been talking about modified solipsism, what my true beliefs are. Yeah, I've been dancing. I've just been afraid to address it. Been dancing around it. Yeah, I really wanted to make this video 12 years ago. But come on. Don't dance around anything, sir. Come on, sir. Don't give me that language. Don't even give me that Bismarcky. Anyway, is this dancing around anything? Anyway, look, that person, the person that was in the video, some of you may know the video I'm talking about. It's a smaller channel. There's 20 really interesting points to ponder. And it got me thinking. I listened to the whole thing. I'm not trying to run that person down. I'm giving my thoughts on the strict definition of orthodox solipsism. I'm sticking to it. So, all right, guys. Thanks for listening. And let's hope this long segment record, I should have broke it up into 4 segments, but I think it's a memory issue. A lot of times when so people are like, Matt, can you send me that video you did 2 months back? I don't have it. I have to just delete out all my videos just weeks after I do them to keep clearing up 20, 30, 40 gig in this cheap-ass iMac, because it has, the old Mac there has 600 gig more than this one. Makes sense. that that one that's 12 years or 14 years younger would be a lot worse. But that's the way of the world. Thanks, guys.